Hi guys and welcome to Bomb Anime.
It's your girl Ruka.
A big boy Sam here bringing you another hot or not.
Today Uramichi oniisan is in the hot seat, so let's judge creativity. So I would say that this one is unlike anything I've watched before. He's basically giving lessons to children. He's supposed to follow a script. It's like a children's TV show. However, he goes off script and he just says whatever it is that he wants to say, and most of the time what he wants to say is how depressing his life is and how much he hates it here.
It's an anime about work. It's literally about work, and I kind of feel like it didn't matter what the job was. Like the same feelings and the same things could be conveyed. The only issue is the fact that it was a children's TV show meant that there was a medium for them to convey the lessons that they had learned, because most of this stuff seems internalized.
Entertainment. Uramichi gets so dark with things that he's saying, but what actually makes it even funnier is the fact that the producers and everyone around just act as if it's not happening. They'll just either say, oh okay, that's a wrap, or they'll just let it slide and just act like it's not going on. I don't know how the guy is not fired by now. Also, I feel like the reason why he's not fired is because, plot twist, this show is secretly not for the kids. Although it features kids, it's actually marketed to their parents who have lost the will to live because they have kids running around.
Well, considering that if you are a parent watching this show during the day and not at work, you probably have lost the will to live.
Disclaimer, if you're a stay-at-home parent and had school off to you, you are doing an excellent job. It never ever ends. We just plain over here.
I'm just saying, look, I'm not saying you're a bum, that's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm saying is, if you're at home having to look after the kids all day long and you get to watch shows like Uramichi or oniisan, yeah, you need a show like Uramichi or oniisan. Do you get what I mean? You need it. And probably a bottle of vodka and whatever. To be honest, what a concept and what a way of bringing it out. They actually give you different types of characters that you get at a workplace, and it's like watching, like Phone Shop and them kind of shows.
Character development. So for me, I think they only developed one character, and that would have been Uramichi. It would be a bit weird if this show called Uramichi oniisan didn't develop him. So he's just a really dark character. He's quite witty. He's not witty. No, he's not even witty, but he's hilarious just the same. He actually seems like he's upset when he wakes up to his alarm clock that he has to live another day. Like, he despairs that, oh crap, I actually woke up this morning. Like, that's a lot for me. Also, who is the pink bear? I know that they did give us their names, but like, I just put them together. So like, it's either Tobikichi or Mitsuo. I don't know, the pink bear. I'm just thinking, shut your lips, because he's there shaking and shivering every time he sees Uramichi. Yeah, every time Uramichi turns his back, he's talking about him behind his back. Like, shut up. If you don't want the smoke, just shut up.
In terms of character development, I disagree with Ruka. I think they developed a lot more characters than just Uramichi. I think they just fleshed him out more. But, like, back to the bunny pink bear guy person, like, you definitely get a sense of what a coward he is. If you got something to say, be a person and say it. Don't do it behind their back. And don't be scared when your mouth checks that your face can't handle, fam. This guy is a sports guy who buffs up his body every day. That's the guy you want to talk about? Good luck to you, sir. I wish you the best. Also, with the other guy, Eketeru, he is hilarious. Because everyone knows a dude like that. It's like watching one guy be the in-betweeners. Do you get what I mean? He's just crass. Unfortunately, he's been given a good hand, but because of his personality, he's ended up in a job like this. And it's a shame. But yeah, I feel like they developed a lot more characters than just Uramichi.
I have to agree with you. You're right. World building. So I actually really enjoyed the fact that they made us remember that this was a set. They showed us the edges of the set where the camera obviously wouldn't be showing, so that we could see that. We saw like the props, we could see the director and everything, and we could see the cue cards. I liked the way that they did that. This place only really has 2 settings so far, which is the workplace, of like the backstage, the area where they're doing the shows, and his bedroom. I actually like the fact that on the first episode, when he started talking about his heavy drinking to the kids, they cut it, but they didn't actually cut it. That's the beginning of the beginning credits. It was really well done, well placed, and it made the moment funnier. And I thought that they were actually going to do a little bit more of that, a little bit more like cutting the show, but it actually makes it funnier that they keep going and pretend that he's not doing all the things that he's doing. Also, like, I can understand why he's a little bit emotionally unstable, the way that he has to smile all the time, and he has to shoot episodes with different kids back to back. That's a lot.
Isn't that similar to when we do 2 episodes a day or 3 episodes a day and do it back to back?
No, because we don't have to smile and we can be ourselves, but he actually has to have this persona intact at all times, and even when he's backstage, he still has to have the persona intact in case a kid walks by. He can't even like really relax.
Alright guys, you heard it here first. Rika is herself here.
Shut up!
I think I disagree with Rika slightly. The world isn't as fleshed out as I'd like to see in most animes. Now, in most animes, they try and trick you in 2 different ways. They'll use the graphics or they'll use lots of exposition. Over here, it felt more like stand-up comedy. Even his bedroom could have been a corner of a set that was just not lit up and then moved into the light. And it's clever in the sense that it was like stand-up comedy but wasn't, and more like a play, which could easily translate to a film set or video shoot set or whatever it's called. And I like that kind of way that they're going about building the world there.
Plot execution! This is our final category, and I would say that a lot of the time I'm sitting here like, I don't know what the plot is, I can't say it, but we can clearly see what the plot is here. He's losing the will to live, he's hanging on by a thread, he's trying to summon any little bit of life into his life, and funnily enough, although he is even depressed at work, he said with his own mouth that it's the only place he feels alive, and he can only muster this much. And they delivered this through a lot of comedy. It's very funny, so I think that they did what they came to do here.
Yeah, in terms of plot execution, I think they executed their first episode quite well. It followed a very good structure that they made, and they've also brought out what the other characters are about without doing too much. And even the children being part of the element, and even the film guys and the director and the sound guys, even though we haven't heard so much about them, play a pivotal role in moving the story along. And the opening credits was great. The whole, like, I thought that they've done a good job in actually executing their plot.
Okay, so to the verdict. Creativity, hot or not?
So for me, it's a hot. I think it's very creative that they used this medium as their way of telling their story about what most of us feel at work.
I think that this is also a hot for creativity, although the feelings surrounding going to work is not really creative because that's exactly what it's like, but they have done a really good job with the way that they've constructed these episodes and what they've done with it. It could have very easily been boring. Entertainment, hot or not?
It's a hot for me in entertainment because it reminded me of something that Chris Rock said, where there's 2 types of people, those who have a career and those who are at a job, and he's clearly at a job, not in his career. So definitely entertainment.
I think what COVID taught us all is nobody has a career. So
Can't say
I think that it was very entertaining. I would give this a hot as well. I was entertained and I laughed all the way through. Character development, hot or not?
For me, look, they did it weird, and they basically explained what each character was and then showed me. But for this type of thing, I think they hit the nail on the head. So definitely it's a hot for me.
It's also a hot from me. I like the way that they develop the characters in this episode, and I can get a sense of how they're going to continue it on, and so I feel like it's on the right track. I would definitely give this a hot as well. World building.
Yeah, this is where me and Ruka probably differ. It's a not for me for world building, because I don't think they made the world unique enough that I couldn't take it and place it somewhere else or place it anywhere and it still give me Uramichi vibes. It was very ubiquitous in that sense.
It's actually also a not from me as
Yay,
well.
woohoo.
However, I do expect it to get a little bit better, because they have shown us in the first episode that they didn't want to just concentrate on one place, and I feel like a lot of animes, if you're gonna get a lot of the same, it will mostly stick in the same place, but they haven't done that here, so I'm gonna give it a soft not for now, because I didn't. So I
Phrasing, Ruka, phrasing.
but I still don't think they did enough in this episode.
So it just wasn't enough for you. It's soft right now. Okay.
Yeah, it's like semi, just not good enough. You know, girls, like it's just not there yet.
Do your job.
Plot execution, hot or not?
So I was umming and ahhing on this one because I think they did the execution part correctly, but I didn't think there was a plot to execute. Like, there's no running theme that I can go on. It seems like it could be an anthology sort of anime, where each episode is different, and the one theme is that he's always angry and maybe something happens. So unfortunately, it's also a not for me.
For this one, it's a hot. Yes, I do get what you're saying. It gives kind of like Family Guy vibes,
Yeah.
almost. But I don't hate that. I still think that it was really good. I enjoyed the fact that they knew what they were trying to do, and they made sure that they did it. They did it quite strong for a first episode. So there you have it. Big Boy Sama has gone for hot for 3 out of 5 categories, and I've gone for hot for 4 out of 5 categories. So we will see you here again when the whole thing is finished. We'll binge it and we'll let you know what our final thoughts are on it.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.
Peace.